So my name is Hugo, and I'm working on a project which is called Terms of Service Student Tree, ToS.info, which aims at creating a rating system on terms of service to allow people to understand what they're signing up for on the web. It's just not possible. We have to fix this. There is a study recently published. I think the data is from 2008 from an American study. They found out that if you actually tried to get a number of how many hours you would need to actually read all that stuff, it would take any person 72 working days. So imagine that 72 full days of work to read all these terms of service. And I mean, it's since 2008, so it's probably even worse now. So it's not humanly possible. Yeah. We need some process, we need some transparent review to just give some remove this veil of opacity. Yeah, I think it's a good practice. It's a good governance practice from the service. And if you look at Wikipedia, if you look at OpenStreetMap, if you look at, I mean, basically most of the community-based service have this policy of explaining, giving summary, having a good policy about saying we don't put changes to the terms before next month or stuff like this. And you also have some commercial services which are also quite good. For instance, SoundCloud, they have a nice summary at the beginning which gives users an easy way into reading the parts they are interested in. It's a very, I mean, we are at the very early stage of the project. We're only 2 to 3 people working on it, not full time. I mean, I'm working full time on it, but not the others. So we need basically, at this stage, we need people to contribute and to get involved. We need 2 kinds of contributions. The first contributions we need is code. We need JavaScript developers to help us develop the features. Like, for instance, right now there is no search feature. Like, if you want to, if you have an interest in a specific service, let's say Facebook, you have to browse the whole list and find Facebook. A search feature would be nice. We also need a comparing feature when you can compare side by side Facebook and, I don't know, Diaspora, for instance. And so that's one thing, JavaScript developers. And the other thing we need is people with legal expertise, we need people with legal interest to join the working group, to work on the transparent working group and give their opinions and engage in discussions so we can have something peer-reviewed which is solid. And this is very much, this is very important, especially when some of the services are in some other jurisdictions. Like, there's a lot of American services. There are a lot of American services, and I'm not an American lawyer, I don't know common law from the US very much. So I need people from the US to help me with this kind of stuff. Well, since last week, since some German blogs and die Zeit started talking about this, we have people from the US, we have people from Germany. Like, someone contributed all the points about xing.com, which is a service I just didn't even think about because it's a German service, I think. So yeah, we have some new contributors. I'm looking forward to this. I hope more people will join, and I hope people from all over the world, because it's a service for anyone. Well, for me, Terms of Service Student Tree was meant as like a summer personal project. Like, I saw the idea last year. It was developed at the Chaos communication camp. Is it communication? Yeah, CCC. And I mean, I thought it was a good idea, and basically it had trouble to start off. And so I decided, well, let's spend the summer on this project, and until September, until I go back to university, we'll see what happens. So in 1 year, maybe nothing would have changed, and it would be just a nice experiment. Or maybe enough people will get involved, and maybe some organization, I don't know, Mozilla or the EFF, I don't care. Maybe some organization thinks, well, there's something we should do here, and take the project into a larger organization, and it can become a very valuable service, I think. At least I would have liked to have this before signing up to Delicious, for instance. Basically, our system can work for any terms, so it's just a question of priority and resources. I am focusing right now on the web apps, the web services, the websites. I haven't finished yet Facebook and Twitter and Google, and I want to finish these ones because they are the most important right now. But why not? If you have a restaurant which requires you to take off your t-shirt and you don't like this, just you can just start with looking at the Get Involved page, and you just go to a service, you find the terms, you find some point which you think is interesting, like what about the copyright license, or what about the cookies, or what about how long they keep your personal data, stuff like this. You send an email to the group saying this is the source, this is where you can read the actual terms, this is a quote speaking about this specific point. I think this is not good, I think this is bad. You give your opinion, and then people reply, and then we will build the data, and it will get online. And so it can all start with an email.